Good morning, good morning, good morning, students. Today we are going to start with very important accounting standard AS28. I want 100% focus till last minute. This accounting standard in itself, uh, up to first part is very simple, but second part, cash generating unit, we have to think it in proper way, and after that we have reversal provision also. What is impairment? I will tell you it in the very simple language what is accounting standard 28. But before starting any accounting standard, first you have to answer accounting standard names. Okay, so have you done with your accounting standard 13, 10, 2 and 16? We have completed 16 also in the last session. So now is it difficult or is it easy? Accounting standard 2, 10, 16 and 13. Easy, sir. So S2 talks about cost or NRV, whichever is lower. It is very simple standard. We are following prudence concept. In 10 standard, that is the accounting property, plant and equipment. So you are aware about PPE, cost model and revaluation model. After that, we have seen AS13, long-term investment and current investment. So asset means what? Asset means that you are going to get some future economic benefit out of this. If expenditure incurred in the past is called as an asset. And what is the recognition principle? If asset is giving you probable future economic benefits, see, probable means more than 50% chances. It is not like that asset is going to give you 100% return. No, probable. So instead is using the word probable future economic benefit. And second one, cost can be measured reliably. Then only you will recognize the asset in your books of accounts. This is accounting standard based on the assets. We have RMPD analysis. RMPD means what? Recognition, measurement, presentation, and disclosure. See, students, every accounting standard, asset-based accounting standard has its own principle. Current assets has different principle. Long-term asset has different principle. And that we are learning in the accounting standard. Okay, so accounting standard is nothing but it is only how are you going to record your asset in your books of accounts, how you are going to measure it and how you are going to present it, and what are some disclosures, which policy you are following. That is the last part of the RMPD analysis. So before starting today's session, first I want any one of you will answer accounting standards. Okay, names of accounting standard. Yes, any one of you who is going to answer. रेज योर हैंड. आज हैंड रेज का ऑप्शन नहीं है क्या? है ना? हाँ जी. चलो आज कशिश से शुरुआत करते दिन की. यस बेटा कशिश, नेम्स ऑफ अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग बेटा. चलो फटाफट बोल दीजिए.
Yes, sir. Accounting Standard 1, Accounting Policies, Presentation
डिस्क्लोजर ऑफ
and
अकाउंटिंग पॉलिसीज.
Disclosure of Accounting Policies. Uh, Disclosure of Accounting Policy. Accounting Standard 2, Inventories. Accounting Standard 3, Cash Flow Statement. Accounting Standard 4, Contingencies. नहीं.
Now don't use word accounting standard 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. हाँ.
Yes, sir. AS4, Contingencies and Events occurring after the balance sheet date. AS5, Net Profit or Loss for the period, prior period items and changes in accounting policies. AS7, Construction Contract. AS9, Revenue Recognition. AS10, in Property, Plant and Equipment. AS11, Foreign Exchange. AS11,
Effects of
Foreign
changes in foreign exchange rate.
Effects of changes in foreign exchange. AS12, Government Grant. AS13, Accounting for Investments. AS14, Amalgamations. AS15, Employee Benefits. AS16, Borrowing Cost. AS17, Segment Report. That is Segment Reporting. AS18, Related Party Disclosures. AS19, Leases. AS20, Earning per share. Earning per share. AS21, Consolidated Financial Statements. AS22,
Accounting for taxes on income.
Accounting for Taxes. AS23, Joint Venture and Associates.
Only investment in associates of CFS.
Only associates. Sorry, sir. AS24, discontinuing operations. AS25, Internal Financial Reporting.
Interim financial reporting.
Interim Financial Reporting. AS26 intangible assets, AS27 associates, AS28 impairment of assets, and AS29 provisions, contingent liabilities, and contingent assets.
27 is joint venture, huh?
Okay, sir.
No, not
Thank you.
associate. ठीक है. So let's start with a fresh accounting standard S28, but S28 is what is impairment of asset. Now, why there is an impairment of an asset? Why we are doing this? Suppose I will give you one simple example. Suppose if asset is having 100 rupees is the cost. Running notes लिखने हैं फटाफट. Now see, it might happen that cost of the asset is reduced due to, yes, which factor it is reduced? Write it in the comment section why we are reducing cost. What we call it as? Cost को हम लोग कम करते हैं तो it is called as depreciation in the simple language. Okay, so we provide depreciation. So depreciation is the reduction in the value of the asset due to usage of the asset, efflux of time, and obsolescence. You are aware about the definition. So for depreciation for 3 years, 30 rupees, 10, 10, 10. And what is the closing balance? It is called as WDV. So WDV is 70 rupees of the asset. Now this 70 rupees, what we got in depreciation, after depreciation, is also going to reduce due to some factors other than depreciation. This is called as carrying amount of the asset. And it might happen if I'm going to sell it in the market, I will get 60 rupees. And if I'm using this asset to generate some inflows for next 3 years, and if I calculate this total of 3 years inflows, 3 years inflows, if I take a total, it is 70 rupees. But this is a simple addition. For example, in first year, I am getting 30 rupees. In second year, 25. And in third year, 15 rupees. These are the different inflows from this asset. But see, these years are different. Therefore, I have to calculate present value. Now, this standard has emphasis on present value. Present value, I think in financial management, sir already taught you to how to calculate the present value. Yes or no? Everyone? FMA, you already completed present value? Yes, by using the discounting factor. What is present value? How many of you are not aware about the present value calculation? Please raise your hand. Any one of you is not aware about the Shruti Kumari ji, वीरेंद्र शर्मा, नयन पाटिल, जिनका हुआ नहीं है प्रेजेंट वैल्यू कैलकुलेशन, जिन्होंने कभी किया नहीं है. Okay, only 3 students never calculated present value. Other students, सैमसंग प्लीज आपका नाम लिखिए SM X510. आपका नाम एडिट कीजिए जरा. Edit your name. Abhishek Mishra ji never calculated present value. Okay. बीकॉम के फंडामेंटल में हमने पढ़ा था. ओके नीतीश, वेरी गुड बेटा. So in simple language, because now we need present value calculation in two accounting standard. Now this Redmi 9A, I don't know. Why are you not writing your name? मतलब नाम से कुछ आपको शर्म वगैरह तो है नहीं ना बेटा? तो नाम लिखने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? Why are you writing Samsung, Redmi? नाम लिखिए अपने अपने. Okay. So present value in simple language, if I'm getting the 30 rupees after 1 month, after 1 year, I have to invest less because at the rate of bank interest. Normally, we consider bank interest, cost of capital rate. It is called as bank interest rate normally, and which is called as the discounting factor because today's value is less. And today's value is less means we are discounting it. Discount matlab kam karna. We are discounting means reducing it. Okay, so 30 rupees I am getting after 1 year. So today's value is always less than that value, and therefore it is called as discounting factor. I will divide it by discounting factor. Very simple formula, 30 divided by 1.1 for 1 year. 25 I am getting in the second year. Assume. So what is the formula? Future value is divided by 1 plus r raised to n is equal to present value. 1 plus r raised to n. So those students who are not aware about this present value calculation, for them it is the technique I'm giving you, and other students it is like a simple revision for you. So future value divided by 1 plus r raised to n is called as a present value. We are going to do lot of calculations of the present value, so don't worry. I'm going to take these questions of present value calculation. So don't those students who are not aware about the concept, better it is a simple. We have to do the calculation divide function. Divide. हमें divide का function use करना है. So 30 divided by 1.1. What is the value? Assume 10% is the discounting factor. So 30 divided by 1.1. What is the value I'm getting? 27.27. Okay, 2727. So 2 digits तक लेंगे हम लोग. Now again 25 divided by 1.1 raised to 2 because 2 rupees we are getting after 2 years. So we have to discount it for 2 years. Okay. So 25 divided by 1.1 is equal to. We will press it for 2 times. So I'm getting 20.66. Okay, students. And 15 rupees I'm getting for after 3 years. So how many times I'm going to press that is equal to button? 3 times. Very good. So 15 divided by 1.1 is equal to 11.27. Okay. Now addition of this. So if I use the memory plus function while doing this calculation, it was easy. Okay. So ठीक है, अभी हमने we have not used that memory plus का function, but ठीक है, अभी ये memory plus का function next time use करेंगे. So 27.27 plus 20.66 plus 11.27. What is the value I'm getting? 59.2. Okay, so how we are getting this value? This is called as, in simple language, it is called as value in use in the impairment of asset. That I'm going to use this asset, and what is the value of this I use? Value in use is called as value in is used called as, that is the present value of future cash flows. It is called as present value of future cash flows. What you are going to generate from the asset. समझी गयो? एकदम easy छे? Yes, sir. And now, whichever is higher. So I will consider 60 as a higher. But see, my carrying amount is 70 and my recoverable amount means what? If I'm going to sell that asset or I'm going to use that asset, whichever is higher, it is called as beta recoverable amount. And this recoverable amount, now which is lower, recoverable amount is lower. So now you should continue with 60 from 70, and therefore this difference is called as impairment of asset. Asset की value को कम करना other than depreciation. We are reducing the asset value, but other than depreciation, then it is called as impairment. Got the concept in the simple way? What is the impairment of asset? Okay. Yes, I'm going to take your query. Don't worry, beta. I'm going to take your query. एक बार सर 70 से आपको 60 पे आना है। आपको कंपैरिजन, यू डोंट हैव टू डू प्रीति कुमारी जी, कंपैरिजन ऑफ बुक वैल्यू and recoverable amount I'm going to compare, and recoverable amount I'm going to take higher of selling value and present value of future cash flows, that is value in use, and if इसमें से higher लूंगा and that I will compare with 70. Okay, if my recoverable amount is lower, if my recoverable amount is lower, there is impairment. And if my recoverable amount is higher, there is no impairment because I can sell it higher than, either I will sell it higher than the my book value, or I can generate the income from this. So that is called as impairment. Sir, ये रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट डेबिट टू डेबिट नहीं नहीं नहीं, रिवैल्यूएशन को डेबिट नहीं करेंगे, पी एंड एल को डेबिट करेंगे। बेटा वेन एवर वी आर फॉलोइंग prudence concept, losses should be recorded. This is one type of loss, no? This is one type of loss. Impairment is nothing but it is your loss, reduction in the value of asset. Why? Because you cannot sell it higher than the book value, or you cannot generate our cash flows from that value. So institute ने simply a standard लगा दिया S28. क्यों लाया? Logic is very simple, because institute wants, why you are showing book value higher than what is you are deriving from the asset. Prudence concept we are following once again. ओके, तो प्रूडेंस कॉन्सेप्ट को ही हम लोग यहां पे निकालते, एकदम इजी। देखो भैया एक बार हिंदी में समझ लीजिए क्या बोल रहा हूं मैं। 100 रुपीज की एसेट है, 30 रुपए उसका डेप्रिसिएशन हुआ है। वो डेप्रिसिएशन मतलब वो तो प्रोवाइड करना ही पड़ता है, वो अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड 10 ने बताया। डेप्रिसिएशन प्रोवाइड करना कौन बताता है? अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड 10। ये ऑलरेडी हमने कवर किया। एसएलएम मेथड था, डब्ल्यूडीवी मेथड था, प्रोडक्शन यूनिट्स मेथड था। पर भाई साहब आपके रेवेन्यू जनरेटेड से मत करना। डेप्रिसिएशन कभी भी रेवेन्यू जनरेटेड से नहीं होता है, यूजिंग ऑफ द एसेट से होता है। ये मैंने ऑलरेडी कवर किया था। अभी वो एसेट को आपने लाया 70 रुपए पे, 70 रुपए पे आपने एसेट लाया, पर आपको लग रहा है कि भाई मैं ये एसेट बेचने जाऊंगा, तो ये एसेट बेचने के लिए जाऊंगा तो क्या होएगा, तो वो एसेट बेचने के लिए जाऊंगा तो मुझे 60 रुपए ही मिलेगा, पर मैं तो 70 रुपए दिखा रहा हूं। पर वेट भाई साहब, तुमने उसमें से एसेट में से पैसा भी कमा रहे हो। पैसा कमा रहे हो तो क्या होगा, वो 70 रुपए की एसेट आज मुझे पैसा कमा के देने वाली है। वो 70 रुपए बुक में दिख रहा है, मैं बेचने गया तो 60 रुपए दिख रहा है, पर उसमें से मेरा कमाई कितना है वो मैं देखूंगा। सर कमाई क्या होगी, वो क्या, अरे वो एस्टिमेट करना है। कमाई को आपको एस्टिमेट करना है कि भाई कितना कमाऊंगा। वो फर्स्ट ईयर में 30 करना है, 25 एंड देन 15 रुपए। पर भाई साहब ये तो फ्यूचर के कैश फ्लोज है, इसको आज की वैल्यू पे निकालना पड़ेगा। अब ये 30 रुपए मुझे कब मिलने वाला है? 1 साल बाद। 25 रुपए 2 साल बाद। 15 रुपए 3 साल बाद। अभी इसके आज की वैल्यू में जब निकालूंगा तो उसको मुझे डिस्काउंटिंग करना पड़ता है। अभी डिस्काउंटिंग मतलब क्या, उसकी वैल्यू को मुझे कम करना पड़ता है। अभी वैल्यू को कम करने को हम लोग टेक्निकल भाषा में क्या बोलते हैं? टेक्निकल भाषा में उसको बोलते हैं वैल्यू इन यूज, उसको बोलते हैं वैल्यू इन यूज। अब ये डिस्काउंटिंग फैक्टर वगैरह वगैरह सब आपको आपका एफएम डिपार्टमेंट जो है ना, फाइनेंस वाला डिपार्टमेंट, वो दे देगा। आया समझ में? ये सब है ना दिया रहता है, ये आपको टेंशन की जरूरत नहीं है। एग्जाम में आपको तो सब कुछ दिया होगा, रियल लाइफ में थोड़ा सा आपको यस यहाँ वहां से फैक्टर्स उठाने पड़ते हैं, और वो फैक्टर्स उठा के आपको ये इंफॉर्मेशन रेडिली अवेलेबल होता है। सो डोंट वरी। एफएम डिपार्टमेंट, देखो अकाउंटेंट का ये काम नहीं है, फाइनेंस वाला ये बता देगा कि कितना डिस्काउंटिंग फैक्टर लेना है, क्या लेना है, वो हमें ये ध्यान में रखना। अभी रियल लाइफ को थोड़ा सा अलग रखो, क्योंकि देखो ये कौन निकालेगा? ये छोटा बिजनेसमैन कभी नहीं निकालेगा भाई। वो क्या करेगा? प्रेजेंट वैल्यू वगैरह निकाल के। ये लेवल 2 लेवल 3 वाले नहीं निकालेंगे। ये कौन निकालेगा? तो लेवल 1 वाले निकालेंगे। आया समझ में? सो ये छोटा बिजनेसमैन जो होगा वो थोड़ी ये सब करता बैठेगा, वो बोले जाने दो ना, कैरिंग अमाउंट पे कंटिन्यू करो यार। हाँ, पर ये बाकी के जो लोग हैं बेटा, जहां पे ये निकालना पड़ेगा वहां पे निकालना पड़ेगा, प्रैक्टिकली ध्यान में रखो। सो कोई भी छोटा अकाउंटेंट जो है, छोटा अकाउंटेंट मतलब तो छोटे बिजनेस का अकाउंटेंट, वो ये सब नहीं निकालते बैठेगा, ये ध्यान में रखना। अभी उसकी प्रेजेंट वैल्यू हमने निकाली। आया समझ में? तो ये प्रेजेंट वैल्यू हमें निकालनी पड़ेगी, और ये प्रेजेंट वैल्यू का कैलकुलेशन होने के बाद हम लोग क्या करेंगे, हमारा कैलकुलेशन डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा। 30 डिवाइड बाय 1.1, 25 डिवाइड बाय 1.1 रेस टू 2, एंड 15 डिवाइड बाय 1.1 रेस टू 3। अभी इनकी एडिशंस करनी पड़ेगी। इससे अच्छा मेमोरी प्लस का फंक्शन यूज करो, या कोई बच्चे बोल रहे हैं जीटी का फंक्शन यूज करो। मैं मेमोरी प्लस यूज करता हूँ नॉर्मली। वाई? तो कभी कभी क्या होता है, कुछ ईयर्स हमें नहीं लेने रहते हैं, तो इट्स बेटर टू यूज मेमोरी प्लस का फंक्शन। उसका एडिशन लिया तो 59.2। अभी मैं एसेट बेचने का तो 60 रुपए मिलेगा, यूज किया तो 59.2 मिलेगा। तो बीचो इज हाइयर, मतलब उसको बोलते हैं रिकवरेबल अमाउंट। रिकवरी, उससे एसेट से कितना रिकवरी कर रहे हो, सब कुछ लॉजिकल है, नाम भी लॉजिकल है, रिकवरेबल अमाउंट। और वो किसके साथ कंपेयर करना है? बुक वैल्यू के साथ। बुक वैल्यू कितनी हमारी? कैरिंग अमाउंट 70 रुपए। अभी 70 रुपए और 60 रुपया, विचो इज हाइयर में से ऊपर में 60 आया, पर अभी 70 के एसेट मुझे 60 पे बतानी है। हाँ, 70 के एसेट यदि 80 पे बता ही नहीं सकता, प्रूडेंस कॉन्सेप्ट के खिलाफ है। यदि यहाँ पे 80 होता है, 80 होता तो भाई आप में कुछ इंपेयरमेंट हुआ नहीं है। इंपेयरमेंट मतलब एसेट में घटाना है, वो घटा तो है नहीं बेटा। तो 70 का आपको 80 तो लेके नहीं जाना है, ये 60 पे लेके आना है। तो 60 पे लेके आना है, तो ये रिडक्शन जब करते हैं उसको हम लोग डेप्रिसिएशन तो नहीं बोल सकते, इसको बोलते हैं इंपेयरमेंट। ये स्टैंडर्ड का लॉजिक है। एनीवन हैज डिफिकल्टी, रेज योर हैंड। इफ एनीवन हैज डिफिकल्टी, रेज योर हैंड। I use very simple language either, or you understood nothing. Easy, हाँ. And 70 to 80 कब दिखाना है? If you go by revaluation model. If you follow revaluation model, you can go by 80, and that is called as revaluation reserve. Okay, that is covered by S10. Yes, Sai Charan has difficulty. Finally, one student has difficulty. So I'm not teaching in the proper way. Yes, Sai Charan ji.
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir. For what kind of assets will cover under this impairment of?
Wait, we just started. I will tell you the scope in and scope outs.
Okay.
Okay. So wait
Because
first.
as
No, no,
there,
I'm going to
mean,
tell you all these things. Now, at least you understood what is impairment.
yes, sir.
We'll see scope in and scope out. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Let's start. Introduction and applicability of the standard. What is the introduction part? Let's understand the logic one more time. So I already explained you the logic, but now one more time. Areva, what is this? This is a computer. You can see here. Nahi, X-ray Xerox machine. Xerox machine is purchased on 1st April 2018. Okay, for rupees 1 lakh. Useful life is 5 years. Salvage value is 0. So can you tell me depreciation per annum? Sorry, yes, sir. Depreciation per annum is 20,000. It's very simple. 1 lakh minus salvage value is 0 divided by 5 years. Now this 20,000 after 4 years. After 4 years, after 2 years. If I'm going to sell it in the market, what is the value I'm going to get? 40,000. And if I'm using that asset, and if I generate cash inflows out of this, and if I take the present value, so what will be the value? 50,000. 50,000 is higher. What is called it as? What is called it as? Yes, tell me it in the comment section. NRV or value in use, whichever is higher. What is called it as? हाँ हार्दिक भाई आपने लिख दिया recoverable amount. Okay, and assets carrying amount after 2 years is 60,000. Asset carrying amount after 2 years is 60,000. Okay, 1 lakh minus 2 years का depreciation 40,000. Very good. So its recoverable amount. Recoverable amount is whichever is higher. So higher is 50,000. And what is my impairment loss? Impairment loss is called as higher of NRV or value in use, net realizable value or value in use. Okay, so it is not the fair to show the asset as 60,000, but you should reduce it. Why? Because of prudence concept, and therefore it is called as asset is impaired of 10,000. Now everyone understood the wording part? Everyone, impairment loss 10,000. Okay, so yes, Samsung SM, please your name, I want your name. Yes, Samsung SMA 156E, क्या नाम है आपका? अनम्यूट कीजिए खुद को. सिर्फ जस्ट यू रेज योर हैंड. क्यों किया है कुछ पता नहीं. अरे बोलिए बोलिए.
हेलो.
हाँ.
हाँ सर, वो सेटिंग नहीं मिल रही मुझे इसका करने की.
यस. नो नो नो, आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू. सम another Samsung holder.
Hello, sir. I'm not able to rename my name, so that's why it's still there like that. It's by mistake I raised my hand.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any question?
No, no, sir.
Option.
No, sir. I'm understanding very well, sir.
Rathi Malini ji, please watch it from YouTube if you joined late. Okay, thank you. What is your name?
Nagratna, sir.
Okay. Are you getting this concept of impairment?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can you explain me one more time? What is the amount which is shown in the balance sheet is called as?
Depreciation.
Yes. Amount which is shown in our balance sheet is called as?
WDV, sir.
WDV. Carrying amount is the correct word. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Carrying
sir.
amount. And we compare this carrying amount with which amount?
No, sir, I don't know, sir.
Recoverable amount. No, we compare
Okay.
it with
Yes, sir.
recoverable amount. And
Yes, yes, sir.
what is the recoverable amount? What is recoverable amount? It is higher of. Are, why you unmute yourself? Mute yourself. Unmute you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the recoverable amount? How we are going to calculate? Higher of. Naratna ji.
Yes, yes,
Higher
sir.
of what?
Higher of present value.
Net realizable value or value in use. It is very
Okay, sir.
simple standard. If you answer my small questions, no, this standard is very easy. Number one more time. I'm taking a revision. What is
Okay,
the value which is shown in our balance sheet is called as?
carried amount.
Carrying amount. Carrying amount.
Carrying amount. Okay.
Then you are comparing with recoverable amount. Answer it, no.
Okay, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
And what is recoverable amount? It is higher of. It is given no beta either. It is higher of
Net realizable value.
value or value in use.
Use. Oh, yes, sir.
It is very simple. Why are you taking so much time to understand this concept? Now you got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One more time. Last time I'm taking revision. See, watch it carefully, yeah? And give
Okay,
me
sir.
the answer. Revise it by your own and then answer
Okay,
my
sir.
question.
Okay, sir.
And don't have any fear. You are from Tamil Nadu,
No, sir. I'm from Karnataka.
Karnataka. Okay. Now, what is the objective of this accounting standard? Yes, so now everyone is clear with the concept. Still, if you have any question, why? I'm explaining it for 2 times. Still, some students are not able to answer it. I don't know why. Chaliye. Yes. Adishri ji, can you explain this one more time? Adishri?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what is the balance sheet value is called as?
Carrying amount.
Carrying amount. Then you are comparing with it?
With it, recoverable amount.
Recoverable amount. And what is the recoverable amount?
Higher of NRV or value in use.
Simple. And if your recoverable amount is higher, then whether there is any impairment?
No, sir.
No, it should be
Lower than the recoverable
carrying
amount.
amount. It should be lower than the carrying amount. If it is higher than the carrying amount, there is no impairment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What is the objective? Yes, read it.
The objective of AS 28 is to prescribe the procedure that an enterprise applies to ensure that its assets are not carried at more than the recoverable amount.
Got this?
Yes, sir.
Next. Applicability. Level 1,
Fully applicable.
2, and 3.
Applicable
Applicable with disclosure exemptions. And level 4,
Not applicable.
not applicable. Assessment. When you have to do this assessment means calculation. In simple language, it is calculation. When you will do this? Yes, Adishri, read it.
And enterprises assess at each balance sheet date whether there is an indication that an asset may be impaired.
Okay, correct?
Yes,
So,
sir.
every balance sheet date. And there must be some indicators that your asset is impaired. Okay, now every year is not possible. Okay, practically it is very difficult. But when you will do this, when there are some indicators. Okay, now what are indicators? We'll check that. Don't worry. And then we will estimate the recoverable amount. What is the recoverable amount?
The higher of NRV or value in use.
Very good. And
Asset
impaired.
is-
Huh?
An asset is impaired when its carrying amount exceeds its recoverable amount.
So anything which is new for you in this?
No, sir.
No. So you have to do it when?
When it is indication of balance sheet, when it is indication of asset is impaired.
On every balance sheet date. Now see this scope. This accounting standard is not applicable to inventories. Why you think that inventories we do not have impairment?
Sir, it is 1 year. It is used
Current
by
asset.
1
We are recording it. Inventory is a current asset. Why should we record it in the inventory? Why we should record impairment test? When this asset is long term, then we'll do impairment. No, there
Yes.
will be no value in use because it is available for sale. You are not using that asset and therefore it is not applicable to inventory. Logical hai?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Second one. Assets under construction. Whether asset under construction? No, because it is not giving me any value in use. It is under construction. S7 will take care of this. Investment asset is also not applicable. And deferred tax asset. Deferred tax asset, we won't understand it now. I am going to teach you S22 in which this accounting or might be by another faculty. तो deferred tax. अभी मेरा साथ आपके साथ थोड़े दिनों का रहेगा. Now another faculty will take in charge ये इसका. Okay, after some days. So for deferred tax, I think I don't know exactly. आप ही पढ़ाइएगा. Okay.
Yes, sir.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है भाभी. वो इंस्टीट्यूट विल डिसाइड. फिर इसीलिए अच्छे फीडबैक्स दो. अच्छे फीडबैक्स दिए ना एवरी टाइम तो फिर होगा. तो फीडबैक देना जरूरी है. चलो, व्हाट आर इंडिकेटर्स? नाउ वी वांट what are indicators? Now indicators are divided in two parts. So what do you think? Chalo, don't Adishri ji, just think on this. Okay, we will use some logic. How you will understand there is impairment?
Sir, after the usage of the asset, sir. I mean, if the asset is for 5 years, after that, we will think that it is.
No, then that is the over depreciation is getting completed. No, so that is called as depreciation. Now you bought one asset and suddenly market falls. Okay, and it might happen that now asset is getting at very low price. I'm not talking about share. I'm talking about that asset.
Okay.
You bought one asset and suddenly you understood that technology got changed.
Oh.
Okay, you bought one laptop having DOS technology and then you understood, अरे technology पूरा change हो गया, MS Office आ गया है. So in that case, now technologically, yes, you bought one mobile having keypad and then suddenly you understood there is touch screen. Okay, so technologically, your asset may get impaired, correct?
Okay, sir.
Market value may get less. Suddenly market falls. So there are some indicators. One are external, and some are internal. External means what? Significant decline in the market value. Correct hai?
Yes, sir.
Second one, legal, political, etc. Now you bought a diesel vehicle and suddenly government changed the rule. You cannot use diesel vehicle. Now whether your diesel vehicle has value in use?
No, sir.
No. Whether it has now market value to sell?
No, sir.
No. Then there is indicator. Got the concept?
Okay, sir.
Next. Market interest rate is higher than discount rate that you are using. You are using discount rate 10%. And your market interest rate is 15%. After discounting, tell me which one will give you more answer, by discounting by 15% or by 10%?
15%.
15% से डिवाइड किया तो आपका आंसर ज्यादा आएगा ना, ऐसा
Yes,
बोलना है
sir.
आपको.
Yes, sir.
So if recoverable amount is more in case of 15%, but
Recoverable is
discounting means dividing. Discounting means not multiplying. When
divided.
you divide it, if you divide by 15, then answer will be higher. Or if you divide by 10, then answer will be higher.
So if we divide by 15, answer will be higher.
If you eat pizza by 15 person, then your answer will be higher than
No, sir,
dividing
no,
by
no.
10.
10, sir, 10, sir. Sorry, sir.
ठीक है, मैथमेटिक्स ना प्रॉब्लम. हाँ, recoverable amount is more, and if your market interest rate,
Yes,
recoverable amount is less,
yes,
and we want impairment when recoverable amount is less.
yes, sir.
So market interest rate is higher than discounting rate or lower than discounting rate?
Higher than discounting rate.
Which you are using for value in use. Got the concept?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So जितना आपको हायर से डिवाइड करोगे उतना आंसर कम आएगा ना.
Yes, sir.
और मार्केट में ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट रेट है तो आपका आंसर ज्यादा नहीं कम आना चाहिए. तो वैल्यू इन यूज यू आर यूजिंग स्मॉलर डिस्काउंटिंग रेट, देन देयर इज नो then there is impairment. If you are using higher discounting means you are already reducing your present value, so there is no impairment.
Impairment.
Got the concept?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So market interest rate, if higher then impairment, if lower
No impairment.
no impairment. क्वेश्चन है इसके ऊपर.
Okay.
Net asset book value is greater than market at lower rate, and you are recording at higher rate.
Rate.
So there is definitely, these are external. No, ये आपके हाथ में है क्या ये factors?
No, sir.
Government is in your hand.
No, sir.
Market capitalization whether in your hand.
No, sir.
Market interest rate whether it is in your hand.
No, sir.
Yes. So these are external factors. Some are internal factors also. Obsolescence. You are not using that technology now. So whether this is internally or externally?
Internally, sir.
Yes, internal factor. It might happen that you purchase one asset, but you are not using it. It is idle asset. घर में भी होता है ना एखादा ऐसा मोबाइल स्पेयर में रखा जाता है. Okay. Idle. Your asset is not giving you proper performance. So it is not market indicator. It is not external indicator. It is internal indicator.
Indicators.
Performance is not getting properly. Next, actual net cash flows, what we expected, are less than the budgeted. What we expected, we are not getting it. So we will do impairment, value in use we will calculate. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And actual cash flows from maintaining asset is greater than that maintenance cost. Maintenance cost is greater than budgeted maintenance. We'll do one question on this. Question number 1. Extra questions I'm taking to have conceptual clarity about this standard. अरे यार, अरे नहीं आ रहे हैं, फोन कर एकदा. अपडेट ही नहीं किया। एक ही मिनट बेटा, एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चंस मैं इसमें डाल देता हूँ।
ओके सर।
अरे तू जरा एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन द्यायचे के पटकन नाख्या पण नाही तू वन नोट अच्छा तुम्ही फोटो बोल यस बेटा। Yes. Adishri, read this question.
SS Limited furnishes the following information about its manufacturing plant: cost of acquisition, accumulated depreciation, useful life estimated on the date of acquisition, estimated scrap value. The company furnishes the following additional information. The present market value of the plant is estimated at 33 lakhs.
What is the carrying amount? Can you tell me? Correct?
Yes, sir.
37. Carrying after depreciation. And what is the market value?
Market value is 33 lakhs.
So whether there is impairment or not?
Yes, sir. Sir, value of NRV, value of use we should be calculated.
तो बुक वैल्यू ज्यादा है तो impairment नहीं होगा क्या? Recoverable amount is 33 lakhs.
Yes, sir.
And carrying amount is 37. So yes, there is impairment.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Due to drastic technology changes, the useful life of the manufacturing plant is found to be only for 4 more years. Fall of the market interest rate has reduced.
One second. Whether second factor will affect your impairment? Useful
No,
life
sir.
is yes. Why no? Useful life is getting less. Matlab, yeah, definitely no. हाँ. Third one.
Fall in the market interest rate has reduced the discounting factors from 17 to 12.
Whether this will be indicator of impairment?
Yes, sir.
How? What we understood, market rate is higher than what
discounting.
you are using.
Yes.
You are using 17% and now it is 12% in the market. It is indicator or not an indicator?
No, sir, no.
No, this is not the indicator.
The company market capitalization is higher than book value, its book value by more than 30%.
In market capitalization, in market, you are getting more value than your book value. So whether it is indicator or no indicator.
Indicator, sir.
In
Net
market, if you are
book?
getting more than book value, still there is impairment.
No, sir. Net book value is more than market capitalization.
Sometimes,
In
why are you not using common sense? If I'm getting in market higher, why I will impair the asset?
A
Huh.
new legislation has been proposed
Proposed.
by the government, which is forced by the company to become more labor intensive, result in significant increase in the cost. It also entitled to lower use
Entel,
of
entel.
entitled to the lower use of the plant manufacturing utility.
So that plant which you are using, now you cannot use it because now law change and law says ki you should go with maximum labor and not with that machine.
It is impairment clause only.
Yes. So in how many cases there will be impairment?
3 cases, first, second, and fifth.
Yes. Read the answer.
Significant decline in the market value of the asset due to the period changes or to the passage of the time or normal use is listed as an indication. Here the market value is 33 lakh, less than the current carrying amount is 37 lakh. Impairment loss. Reduction in the useful life in the is a significant change. Internal evidence of an obsolescence or physical damage indicates impairment loss. Reduction in the discounting factors will increase the value in use of the asset. No
It will
impairment.
increase the value in use. So there is no impairment loss. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Impairment loss rises only when the carrying amount is greater than market capitalization, not vice versa. No
Understood?
impairment loss. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Labor intensive operation costs more than the present capital intensive operation. Higher, higher operating costs and lower utilization of the plant will entail incremental cash outflow and a lower net recoverable amount of the plant. Where evidence is available that an economic performance of an asset is or will be worse than expected, impairment loss is indicated.
We studied na that.
Yes, sir.
Impairment loss. If your cash inflows are worse than budgeted and maintaining asset cost is greater than budgeted. So this is your inflow and this is your outflow. Inflows are less than budgeted and outflows are more than budgeted. Got the concept?
Yes, sir.
Why are you not using common sense while answering it? Why are you taking like it? This is very difficult, something which is going on.
No, sir, I got confused in greater than less than, sir.
Okay, no problem. Now it is easy or difficult?
Easy, sir.
Everything is very easy. Accounting standard. It is just common sense beta. Okay.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है चलो let's move to next concept, how to calculate impairment loss. So what is the formula for impairment loss?
Carrying amount is
Minus recoverable amount.
recoverable amount.
Correct? And how
Yes.
are you going to calculate recoverable amount? Acha,
The
carrying
higher
amount is
of
as per balance sheet.
higher of NRV or value in use.
Net selling price. So what is net selling price? Selling price minus disposal cost. Okay?
Okay, sir.
At arm's length price. Selling price is the arm's length price. And disposal means when you are going to sell it, means now if I'm going to sell it, I have to incur some cost, no selling expenses.
Okay, sir.
So that is disposal cost.
Okay.
And value in use is
Present
the
value.
present value of
valuation.
estimated future
Yeah.
cash flows. Okay?
Yes,
We will
sir.
solve 2-3 questions. Should I give you time to solve?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. I'm giving you exactly 5 minutes, every one of you. Calculate for question 2. Read it. 5 minutes, maximum. 1 minute. Those students who are watching it on recorded and do not have patience, do not want to solve, they can take further 5 minutes ka session. Yes, forward कीजिए. See dates.
Okay, sir.
Yes, mute कर दीजिए आदिश्री, कोई problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Write your answer of impairment loss in comment section. कॉन्फिडन्स ठेव स्वतःवर. नाही काय करू आता मी तरी बघतच नाही ते, मी तरी डेट्सला अंडरलाईन करून दिलं. One more time you can do your calculation. Actually 2 minutes are sufficient, but ठीक है. चलो. Wait for 30 seconds. Check your calculation one more time. What is the cost? Yes. Okay. What is the cost? Cost is 770, correct? What is the residual value? 6 years. It is the denominator. Sorry, life. Useful life 6 years. And residual value, we are going to deduct it from the cost. So 770 minus 50 divided by 6 years. Now we bought it the asset at 1/10/2015. And we are doing impairment on balance sheet date 31st March 16. That is only 6 months. 6/12. Depreciation is only for 6 months, not for 12 months. So 770 minus 50 divided by 6 into 6/12. So my depreciation amount is 60. So what is my carrying amount? 770 minus 60, 710 is my carrying amount. And what is my NRV? 550 and residual value nil means after 5 years or 6 years. This residual value, they have considered, actually residual value 0 नहीं, एक line ही cut कर देता हूँ, confusion होगा. So 550 is the net selling price and present value of future cash flow is 520, whichever is higher. So recoverable amount is 550. So 710 minus 550. I am getting the answer 160 as the impairment loss. And what is my carrying amount? Depreciation now. Now I will continue with 550 divided by, now after this, my life of the asset is 5.5 years, 6 months completed. So 5.5 after this. And residual value is 0. That's why it is given after impairment. 100 is the depreciation. See, step 1 is a carrying amount calculation. Cost minus depreciation. Then you have recoverable amount, whichever is higher. Then you have impairment loss. Then your revised carrying amount and depreciation for 2017 is divided by 5.5 and 1. So your depreciation for 2017 is 100 rupees. If you are getting wrong answer, I don't know. Many students go wrong answer. Many students answered it correctly also. Yes, very good. Easy tha? 5.5 why denominator? Because life is 6 years. Out of that 0.5, we have already calculated. So you now, after this, you left with 5.5 years. So 5.5 years ही बचा ना आपका. प्रीति कुमारी जी समझा कि आपको कि 6 साल की लाइफ थी, 6 महीने के बाद आपने इम्पेयरमेंट की टेस्ट की, तो इम्पेयरमेंट के बाद बची कितने टाइम के लिए एसेट? 5.5 साल. नीतीश, dates are very important. Okay, ठीक है. चलो, next question. Now see, in this question, you are going to calculate present value of future cash flows. Okay, and factors are also given. You want time, just you have to multiply by this discounting factor, value in use. Selling price is given 20,000 lakhs and cost of disposal is given. So net selling price is 19,900. Now, what is the difference in this question? And last question, the similar question. 3 minutes I am giving you. Okay, 3 minutes. ठीक है, चलो करो calculate. You have only 3 minutes. Yes, present value you have to find it out. Value in use. Yes, any one of you? बस हो गया. See, in this question, years are very important. Years are very important. Let's check it. You bought one asset at 2013, 38,000. Minus salvage value is 900. Now, if you can check here, the life of the asset is useful life is 31st March 2021. Now, this year ends on 31st March 14 when we bought the asset. That is the 6 months. 15, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21. So you have 7 years. And this 6 months means your denominator is 7.5. 75% students will make mistake in 7.5 years calculation. and you are doing this impairment on 2015, that is after 1.5 years. That is after 1.5 years. So you already provided depreciation of 1.5. Depreciation of 7,420. करेक्ट है? नहीं? 38,000 divided by, sorry, minus 900 divided by 7.5 into 1.5. So my depreciation amount is on 2016. अच्छा, डेट्स में गड़बड़ हुआ है. डेट्स में गड़बड़ हुआ है मेरे साइड से. हाँ, 2015 मतलब 1.5 years. हाँ, सो बेटर है. सॉरी, मेरे साइड से गड़बड़ ये हुआ है. सो 2016 लेना चाहिए था एंड नेट सेलिंग प्राइस ऑन 2016 ही था ये. ठीक है, सॉरी फॉर माय मिस्टेक. आई विल डू द कैलकुलेशन ऑन 31st March 2016. 16 means 2.5. Yes, my mistake. So I will have to revise these dates also. So 38,000 minus 900 divided by 7.5, and 31st March 2016 is a date I will consider. So 2.5. So 2.5 means 12,366.67. बेटा ये डेट चेंज कर देना. ये देखो, ये एक डेट गलत हो गई है बस, और ये यहाँ पे ये गलत हो गई. ओके, yes, so you have to provide depreciation for 2.5 years. Any difficulty now? So my carrying amount is 25,633.33. correct hai? And while calculating value in use, you have to add 900 in your cash inflows. This is the cash inflows which you are expecting, and I am getting 900 rupees on when I am going to sell the asset. Now this 900, I have to add it in the last year. Here also students will make a mistake. Okay, last year they won't add that 900 rupees. तो यहाँ पे mistake हो जाएगा. 900 rupees last में add करना बेटा. सेम मिस्टेक किया ना आपने, सब करोगे, मुझे पता है ये. इधर 900 ऐड करना पड़ेगा. एंड नाउ memory plus function 0.909826 given, no, 751.683 and 0.621. 4,100 into 0.909, use memory plus function. 5,900 into 0.826 memory plus. 6,000 into 0.751 memory plus. 7,800 into 0.683 memory plus, and 4,500 plus 900 into 5,400 into 0.621 memory plus memory recall, 21,787.1. Yes, I'm getting the same answer. Value in use. 787.10. And what is my recoverable amount? 19,900. 2178.710. And my impairment loss 46.33. My carrying amount is 25,633. And don't get confused due to rounding off. 70% स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हो जाते हैं पॉइंट में आंसर आ रहा है. नो फियर. Last year, Aniruddha ji, I am getting only cash flows 4,500, but 900 I am getting from selling of the asset. No, I will sell the asset at 900. This 900 will be added. Aniruddha bhai. Okay. And now my revised carrying amount is 21,787.10 is a revised carrying amount. Any difficulty, raise your hand. Yes. Any difficulty, raise your hand. Easy tha? Now easy? Yes, Virendra Sharma ji, बोलिए.
सर 2.5 क्यों लिया?
2.5 साल कंप्लीट हुए ना 2016 बोले तो 2016 में हुआ है ना.
यस सर.
रोजालिन जी.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
गुड मॉर्निंग.
सर फर्स्ट इन एक बार आप स्टेप वाइज अगर बता देंगे तो क्या क्या हम लोग कैलकुलेट किए हैं.
देखो सबसे पहले वैल्यू इन यूज कैलकुलेट किया. एनी डिफिकल्टी इन दिस वैल्यू इन यूज?
नो सर.
ओके. वैल्यू इन यूज में क्या याद रखना है?
लास्ट में हम लोग रेसिडुअल वैल्यू
900 you have to add it. Residual value here 90% students made mistake. Okay. It's okay. That mistake will definitely give you learning. Okay. So 900 you are going to add. Any difficulty Adishri in this 900 rupees? Yes. Meena Kumari ji asked me ki I think kaun tha? Meena Mruta. Meena Mruta, any confusion? Please raise your hand, Meena Mruta. Raise your hand. Okay. I will unmute you. ठीक है. So Meena Mruta ji, I hope you understood value in use. If you have any difficulty, you can ask me. Raise your hand is the effect में जाके आप लोग you can do react. You can click on react and you can raise your hand. Meena Mruta ji. हाँ आदिश्री जी क्या confusion है? हाँ Meena Mruta is any difficulty in first step? Unmute yourself. Yes.
सो 900 से थोड़ा सा डाउट है सर.
In 900 rupees, it is residual value after 7 years, or sorry, after how many years?
7.5.
7.5. After 7.5 years, you are going to get 900 rupees. No, तो last में मिलेगा. तो वो ऐड कर दिया. Any residual value. Cash flow वो बढ़ जाएगा ना. I am getting income in my by my professional fees. Suppose my car is giving me some income. And at the end, I'm selling that car, then I will get 900 rupees. That is also added to that car, no?
Oh, yes sir.
Okay. So any difficulty in value in use?
No sir.
No.
Yes sir.
Adishri ji, now you are clear? 900 rupees वो मुझे बेच के मिलने वाला है. आदिश्री जी हाँ या ना तो बोलो बेटा. ठीक है. चलो next. After that carrying amount. Now I bought at asset at 38,000 on 1/1/2013. Useful life is 31st March 21. So 1/1/2013 year will complete on 31st March 14. 6 months. 15. 1 साल. So this is 6, 1, 2, 16 tak, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So here, ये 6 months separate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 years and 6 months means 7.5 years. Any difficulty, Rosalind ji?
No sir.
So my asset is 7.5. And when I'm doing this calculation on 31st March 16, so how many years completed? 6
2.5.
months and 2 years. 2.5. So I will calculate carrying amount of 2.5 years divided by 7.5. Salvage value deducted from the cost of the asset. Formula is very clear. Rosalind ji?
Yes, sir.
So what is my WDB? 25,633.33. Any difficulty in this?
No, sir.
No. Now recoverable amount. Recoverable amount is higher of value in use, which we have calculated. ये हो गया A और B. हाँ, इधर भी गड़बड़ है बेटा. A or B. So what is A? Value in use. B is net selling price. Now what is net selling price? If I'm going to sell it now, 20,000 lakhs. And what is my cost of disposal? 100. So how much I'm getting in hand, Rosalind ji?
19,900, sir.
So कोई difficulty इसमें?
सर इसमें एक जब हम लोग रिकवरेबल अमाउंट कैलकुलेट करते हैं, इफ फ्यूचर क्लास कैश फ्लो हैज गिवन लाइक मैंने प्रेजेंट वैल्यू एंड फ्यूचर वैल्यू both are given, then we have to
Both are
calculate.
not given. Never they will give you both. Either they will give you present value or they will give you future values and you have to calculate present
Calculate the
value.
present value. At that case, you require to calculate that value in use
By using discounting factor.
discounting factors. Then in previous
Question
example,
value in use is directly given.
there is value in use already given.
Bus. So first question was easy. Value in use directly given. This question is for your conceptual clarity.
Yes, sir.
Samjha?
Sir.
Then recoverable amount you got. Now recoverable amount is less than carrying amount. So there is impairment loss. और मैंने कंफ्यूज करने के लिए आपको क्या दिया? Years in point wise दिया है. Institute आपके साथ खेलने वाली है. We are going to play with you, okay, in numbers, because this question is otherwise it's very easy. If I take directly years calculation, okay, so we will yes, definitely provide you confusion in years information, okay. समझा रोजालिन जी?
Yes, sir.
बहुत मजा आया क्या क्वेश्चन करके?
Sir.
See, institute study mat questions are simple. मैंने जानबूझ के थोड़े डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन उठाए हैं. भावना बेटा बोलो.
Good morning, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग बेटा बोलिए.
Sir, in the previous question, you not added the value of residual while
Because
calculating the
present
amount
value we are
of...
not calculating, no, in the first question. And residual
Okay, there
value
is
given.
already...
जीरो दिया है ना मैंने लास्ट में. जब वैल्यू इन यूज में नहीं आएगा वो. इधर वैल्यू इन यूज निकालना था इसलिए हमने ऐड किया. समझी?
Yes, sir. Clear.
ओके. यस तनु जी. हाँ जी बोलिए. रेंज का प्रॉब्लम है. रेंज का प्रॉब्लम. रेंज प्रॉब्लम. Range problem, write it in chat section. You are not audible. Abhishek Sharma. Tanuji, you are not audible. You are not in range. I cannot hear you. Abhishek Mishra.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, actually I want to ask कि ये residual value जो है 900 ये भी present value पे calculate करके add करेंगे या उसमें add करके ही
while calculating carrying amount में S10 never calculates depreciation is never calculated by using present value. Good question, because we are not using present value calculation in depreciation. But while calculating value in use, we will consider it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good question. Okay. Tanuji, you are not audible. Okay. how to calculate he's asking me how to calculate 2.5 years is very simple. We are at the end of the 2016. We are at the end of the 2016. So how many years we have completed? First up to the 2014, 6 months, then 15 tak 1 year and 16 2 years. So 2.5 years. It is very simple. Now I have made, change in the value in use. I will give you this question in the break. Question 4. So from 6 years, so value in use is not given directly for 10 years. So here you have to think for this 9 lakh, 3 lakh, 6 lakhs and 5.5 and 5 lakhs respectively. Okay. So your future cash flows are going to decrease or increase by 10%, 20%, 30% in respective years 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this question you have to solve by your own in the break, not now, okay? Because I want to finish with revaluation concept. After break, I'm going to tell, yes, revaluation concept now first. Before break, beta, we will finish with the revaluation concept. And after break, I'm going to explain you CGU concept, which is very important. CGU जो है वो break के बाद लूंगा मैं. Now revaluation model. Sir, if we revalued the asset, now whatever we have seen till now is a cost concept. Now see, in StudyMat, we do not have revaluation model. You do not have question, but institute hamari hai. We may try your concepts other than StudyMat questions. And that's why I come with this extra questions. Revalued asset. In case of revaluation, when fair value is determined based on the market value, and if fair value is determined based other than market value, so we are not taking market value in picture, disposal cost is negligible. Disposal cost means when you are selling your asset, you can directly sell it. You don't have to incur any selling expenses. Then value in use is ignored. Ignore value in use if it is based on the market value. There is no impairment. And disposal costs are not negligible. VIU is not ignored. Then we have to calculate recoverable amount and value in use. Yes, we are going to see this question. Don't worry, beta. Okay, we are going to see question. See, SS Limited purchased one asset 4 years back. 100 lakhs. कितने साल पहले? 4 साल पहले. And depreciates is on SLM basis. 10%. So my depreciation is rupees 10. Correct? 100 minus 10 for 4 years. 40. So I'm having the balance of 60. I revalued it to market value 45 lakhs. So 60 ka 45. Revaluation model I'm following. So 15 lakhs. I already transfer this loss to P&L because it is S10. When asset gets down, P&L. Asset gets up, revaluation surplus. वाह share रो सब याद है आपको. Assume disposable costs are negligible. What is the treatment? If value is in use not estimated. Value in use is estimated at 40 lakhs. And value in use is estimated at 48 lakhs. See, answer is very simple. Carrying amount before impairment and fair value is 15. Sorry, fair value is 45. And therefore, 15 is my loss on revaluation. Value is given. Net selling price 45 lakhs. Okay. Value in use, not applicable, either 40 lakhs and 48 lakhs. They have given you. Now recoverable amount, we will calculate higher of this too. But see, my carrying amount after revaluation is 45, 45, 45 after revaluation. And you can check, there is no scope for value in use in this. Logic is very simple. What is the logic? Because see, directly 45 lakhs is a fair value. Cost of disposal is 0, negligible nahi hai to. So I will always go with the higher amount. Recoverable amount is higher. Logically is also correct. And therefore, if asset is revalued to fair value, then remember, logically, there is no impairment. If you already followed which model? Revaluation model. And if you go by market value, and there is no disposal cost. So logically also you'll understand it. Why we ignore. So see, this is the chart. Why we ignore value in use. Logic is very simple, because your answer is always based on the carrying amount of the revaluation. हाँ जी, 48 lakhs हुआ तो आपका इम्पेयरमेंट है ही नहीं ना, आप 45 lakhs के साथ ही चलोगे तो इम्पेयरमेंट नॉट एप्लीकेबल हो जाएगा, इम्पेयरमेंट होगा ही नहीं. 48 लाख मतलब वैल्यू इन यूज हायर साइड पे है, लोअर साइड पे रहेगा तो यू विल गो विद द मार्केट वैल्यू. तो रिकवरेबल अमाउंट आपका फेयर वैल्यू आएगा. इधर रिकवरेबल अमाउंट फेयर, इधर रिकवरेबल अमाउंट फेयर वैल्यू है, इधर रिकवरेबल अमाउंट ही फेयर वैल्यू है, और इधर रिकवरेबल अमाउंट वैल्यू इन यूज है, पर वैल्यू इन यूज हायर साइड पे है. इसलिए क्या हुआ, आप लोगों का कैरिंग अमाउंट 45 lakhs है, तो आपके इसमें इंपेयरमेंट होगा ही नहीं, बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी शिफ्टेड टू फेयर वैल्यू, एंड फेयर वैल्यू वैल्यू इन यूज उससे ज्यादा है, तो ये लास्ट वाले में तो इंपेयरमेंट होगा ही नहीं. और कम हुआ तो आप लोग फेयर वैल्यू से ही जाने वाले हो. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग वैल्यू इन यूज को इग्नोर ही कर देते हैं इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज. समझ गया? हाँ जी सर. अभी यही क्वेश्चन में, इफ देर इज अ डिस्पोजल कॉस्ट, सी लॉजिक इज वेरी सिंपल. इफ डिस्पोजल लॉस इज देयर, बराबर है 45 and disposal cost 2 lakhs. My carrying amount 60 था, my carrying amount is 60, but now what is my fair value? 45 minus 2 क्या होगा? 43 is my recoverable amount, and in last case 48. But after revaluation model, I will consider after revaluation 45. बराबर है? Yes. तो यहां पे I have to calculate value in use. I considered value in use because cost of disposal will reduce my selling price. So it might happen I carried with 45 lakhs, and it might happen that there is a value in use which is greater than your net selling price. See, here you are following net selling price, and here you are following carrying amount after evaluation. But net selling price, you deducted disposal cost. You are not directly taking 45. And if you are taking disposal cost as a deduction, then you will compare your value in use, you will compare with. And it might happen that value in use is higher or lower. Okay. So here I have to consider value in use in second chart. Logical है भाई, याद मत रखना है इस तरीके से. मतलब you follow our steps and you will get the answer. Okay. So in second case, my fair value is different than my net selling price because net selling price is after reducing disposal cost. And therefore, I have to compare not fair value directly. I will compare net selling price with value in use. And therefore, value in use is considered in second way. समझ में आया? and if market value is not equal to revalued amount. Okay, your revaluation is different and your market value is different. This is the next case. Your fair value is not based on the market value, but you revalued it on some other basis. Now, take a screenshot of this question. We will take a break. ये screenshot ले लीजिए. In break, you have to solve two questions. One is question 7. Take a screenshot of this question. First, solve. Otherwise, you can do it in homework. This question 4, I will give it in homework. And this question, you use your brain. ये देखो ये फॉर्मेट है. आप लोग इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए. ये फॉर्मेट है. ये फॉर्मेट के हिसाब से एक सेकंड. You solve question, okay, question 6, and tell me the answer of question 6 after break. नहीं. अच्छा, सॉरी. क्वेश्चन 7 सॉल्व करना है. सॉरी. हाँ, ठीक है. सॉल्व क्वेश्चन 7. I will join at 8:55. Until that you can solve this question. ठीक है. 8:55 को हम लोग मिलते हैं. So 5 मिनट 10 मिनट का क्वेश्चन सॉल्विंग एंड ब्रेक ले लेना उसके बाद. 8:55 is a timing. That is after 20 minutes. 23 minutes. क्वेश्चन स्क्रीन पे ही रहने देना अशोक जी. ब्रेक मत स्टार्ट करना. वो लोग ये क्वेश्चन देखेंगे. 8:55 को मैं ही ज्वाइन हो जाऊंगा. ओके. Chalo. So let's start. So what is the answer? सेवन सेवन टू नहीं आया क्या? 43 lakh selling price, not applicable 40, 48, 43, 43, 48, carrying amount 50, 50, 50, and 772. पहले रिवैल्यूएशन होगा और उसके बाद इम्पेयरमेंट होगा. Any difficulty in this? Guys, any difficulty, please raise your hand. So revaluation model we are done with. Yes, beta Preeti Kumari ji, boliye. You got the same answer, Preeti?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, beta.
Sir, I have taken
हाँ,
this carrying amount up to 45. Why we have taken 50?
because it is given in the question. Asset is 50 lakhs. It is revalued to.
Oh, I got confused in 50 and 45. So the market price is 45.
Market price we are not going to consider in the calculation of carrying amount. We go with the revaluation model. Got the answer?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Any other student beta difficulty? No? Easy था? Yes. अरे वाह 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 वाह, कैलकुलेशन नीतीश बोल रहा है करेक्ट आया. At the end beta I will show you the question. Fourth number. Okay, so we are done with the impairment of assets part. Now I am moving to CGU part. Okay, so impairment of losses for single asset we have completed. For single asset, so single asset, any difficulty? If there is no indication of impairment, no material effect, no significant events, no effect on discount rate, and offsetting effects of discount rate. Future cash flows, most recently approved budgets, वहां कहां से मिलेगा? By using growth rate concept, extrapolating. The growth rate should not exceed the industry standard. So cash flows includes if continuing use of the asset, inflows and outflows, and disposal of asset, but it excludes future cash flows which are not yet committed. Future capex, capital expenditure. Cash flow from financing activities, no. And income tax also excluded. So these cash flows are before income tax. These cash generated are before income tax. Foreign currency cash flows, currencies in which cash flows are generated, use appropriate discounting factor, and then calculate present value. Very simple question. We have question number 8 on this. Question 8. No, 8. We have finished up to 7, no? Ji. Very simple question, foreign currency. In dollar, 1 lakhs per annum for next 5 years. Discounting rate is 12%. And $1 USD is 54. So what is the first step? Currencies in which cash flows are generated. So we want in rupees. Okay. So first I will take $1 lakh. I want in rupees. $1 lakh I'm getting at the rate of 12% for next 5 years. 12% for next 5 years. So I will estimate my cash flows $1 lakh, but current exchange rate. Current exchange rate. Now how to calculate this discounting factor on Calci? you can take 1 divided by 1.12 is equal to m plus for how many time? Because this is 5 times. Because I'm going to receive this 1 lakh for next 5 years. And then memory recall. This is a calci shortcut. Calci पे क्या करना है? 1 divided by 1.12 is equal to m plus 1 time. Again is equal to m plus 2 time. Is equal to m plus 3 time. Is equal to m plus 4 time. Is equal to m plus 5 time. Memory recall. You are getting the answer 3.60477. So 3.6048 into $1 lakh. 360,477 I'm getting actually. You can take 488 and then you will multiply by this discounting factor with 3,66,60,480 sorry, multiplied by 54 and you will get the answer. Very simple question. सिर्फ डॉलर को कन्वर्ट करना है रुपीज में. वेरी सिंपल. फॉरेन करेंसी कैश फ्लोज. If you are generating in the foreign currency. So what is finally, this is the summary. First, you will calculate recoverable amount if it is greater than carrying amount. Whether there is impairment, no impairment. Ignore the difference. If recoverable amount is less than, transfer difference to P&L or revaluation surplus. And if impairment loss is greater than carrying amount, so now ये मैं क्वेश्चन बताता हूं. Now the last is S29 का रेफरेंस लगेगा. S29 reference for last case. Yes, I will take this question not today. I will take this question after CGU concept. Okay. After CGU, revaluation model and all. I will take it in the next session. Question 9. You try this question today, question 9, and I will explain you the answer in the next session. Okay, because I want to start with the cash generating unit. Now, very, very important. CGU concept. So now we have completed with single asset and only one concept is remaining. That is the last part of this recognition of impairment loss. Only one point of that. Impairment loss is greater than carrying amount. कोई भी डिफिकल्ट है तो हैंड रेज कर दीजिए. अच्छा, S28 is interesting or difficult or easy? Interesting, easy or difficult? You're interesting and easy. Very good. Are you finding it's difficult? No? Yes. चलो ठीक है. Because last batch का session मुझे ही पसंद नहीं आया है. So this time बेटा I came with this CGU part. Yes, need to use brain with common sense. Correct. ठीक है. फॉरेन एक्सचेंज आदित्य कुछ है ही नहीं. फॉरेन एक्सचेंज में $1 लाख का आज का डिस्काउंटिंग कर लेना है और 54 रुपीज से मल्टीप्लाई करना है. बेसिक है, आप वापस लेक्चर देख लेना. कुछ है ही नहीं. $1 लाख का 1 लाख 5 साल के लिए मिलेगा तो उसकी आज की वैल्यू डिस्काउंटिंग फैक्टर लेना है. 1 डिवाइड बाय 1.10 इज इक्वल टू m प्लस m प्लस m प्लस m प्लस m प्लस और 5 टाइम करके मेमोरी रिकॉल किया तो वो एक रुपया 5 साल बाद मिलेगा तो उसकी आज की वैल्यू 3 रुपया कितना हुआ. देखो आपका 1 रुपया 5 साल तक मिलेगा तो आज उसकी वैल्यू बड़ ऑब्वियस 5 से नीचे रहेगी तो वो 3.6048 है और 1 लाख रुपीस की वैल्यू हो जाएगी $3,60,480. रुपीस नहीं, डॉलर्स. तो उसको रुपीस में कन्वर्ट करना है तो 54 से मल्टीप्लाई करो. ओके, सॉल्यूशन आई विल गिव यू स्क्रीनशॉट्स. नो क्रिटिकल नहीं है बेटा, एकदम इजी है. कुछ है ही नहीं है टॉपिक में. ओनली रिवर्स जाना है आप लोगों को. इंपेयरमेंट लॉस मतलब रिकवरेबल अमाउंट ढूंढनी है, बाकी कुछ है ही नहीं इसमें. CGU. Now please, next time beta, please study mat के questions you solve. I am going to take study mat questions in next session. Okay, you solve all study mat questions. identification of the use of the cash generating unit. Now try to understand this concept. Cash generating unit क्या है? See, sometimes single asset is not giving you inflows. In simple language, I will explain it with my family example. Suppose we are 4 persons in family, me, my wife, my mother, and Daksh, my son. Now see beta, my mom, she is not giving me inflow, cash inflows. Me and my wife are earning. My mother, she manages my home. Okay, my wife also, yes, she's also managing, but my mother, she takes care of my son, plus grocery market, vegetables, everything, she takes care. So whether we are only two, me and my wife are earning sources, but though she is not giving any earning, but she is, what I can say, yes, it is very important in our family that we together. So why we are earning? Because she is taking care of my home. So it's not only one asset which is giving you. In the same example, I will apply it in the cash generating unit. Only a single asset, it might happen that asset is there, though it is not giving you future economic benefit, but in group of assets, it is giving us future economic benefit, giving us cash flows. So if I calculate value in use or if I'm going to sell that asset in the market, it might happen that my book value is more. Why? Because that single asset is of no use. But when that asset is used in the group of assets, it is useful. It is giving you inflow and it is giving you like a support. And therefore, we will not calculate single asset impairment. Now here you have to see overall unit, and which is called as cash generating unit. Now got the concept? देखो एक सिंगल एसेट कभी कभी क्या होगा, वो सिंगल एसेट आपको इनफ्लो नहीं देगा. वो सिंगल एसेट हो सकता है कि उसकी रिकवरेबल अमाउंट कैरिंग अमाउंट से कम है, तो आप सिंगल एसेट का क्यों रिकवरी अमाउंट निकाल रहे हो? डोंट कैलकुलेट सिंगल एसेट का रिकवरेबल अमाउंट, क्योंकि वो अकेले में कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. पर वो जब ग्रुप के साथ होगा, दूसरी एसेट उसका कैश जनरेट करके देगी और वो एसेट सपोर्टिंग में रहेगी. ये एग्जांपल ध्यान में रखना. क्लियर विद दिस एग्जांपल? सो व्हाट इज अ कैश जनरेटिंग यूनिट? इट इज द स्मॉलेस्ट आइडेंटिफाइबल ग्रुप ऑफ एसेट्स. पूरे मोहल्ले का तो नहीं कैलकुलेट करेंगे ना, हमारे घर का ही कैलकुलेट करेंगे इनफ्लो. सो फॉर सिंगल ग्रुप we will identify the assets. So we have questions for CGU. Single group of assets, smallest identifiable group of assets. So single asset is not, we are not going to consider. भावना, एक एसेट को ट्रीट नहीं करना है इंपेयरमेंट के लिए, झुंड में एसेट को ट्रीट करना है. वो एक एसेट का कुछ अपना अस्तित्व नहीं है, पर वो जब सबके साथ काम करेगी तो वो अच्छा कैश फ्लो जनरेट करके देगी. तो भावना, हम लोग सिंगल एसेट का इंपेयरमेंट नहीं करेंगे, हम लोग सीजीयू का इंपेयरमेंट करेंगे, वो स्मॉल ग्रुप का इंपेयरमेंट करेंगे. वी विल नॉट कैलकुलेट अ सिंगल ग्रुप का कैश इनफ्लोज. हियर वी विल कैलकुलेट ग्रुप इनफ्लोज, रिकवरेबल अमाउंट. ध्यान में आ रहा है भावना? तो सिंगल एसेट का कैलकुलेशन नहीं करना है, हमें पूरे ग्रुप ऑफ एसेट्स का रिकवरेबल अमाउंट ढूंढना है. गेटिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट? That are largely independent of the cash inflows from other assets or group of assets. उसका खुद का अस्तित्व है, पर वो ग्रुप में काम करता है, इंडिपेंडेंट है. but inflows with other assets we will consider. So what we are going to do? We are going to do impairment test, not of the individual asset, but of CGU. Okay. And logical be. Some assets are not giving you independent cash flows. Though asset is independent, but it is not giving independent cash flows. And therefore, we will see the test of CGU and not the individual asset. If it is not possible to estimate the recoverable amount of individual asset, then enterprise estimates recoverable amount of overall CGU, cash generating unit, to which asset belongs. We have two questions on this, question 10 and 11. Okay. Rachna, raise your hand, beta. Example, a mining enterprises owns a private railway, mine activities. This private railway does not generate independent cash flows, this asset. अरे वाह, ये देखो ट्रेन भी गई यहां से. हाँ वाह, क्या बनाया है सर. Does not generate independent cash flows. It is not possible. वापस गई. It is not possible to estimate recoverable amount of private railway. Private railway, as it can be different from scrap value. If I calculate only railway scrap value, it might be lower. But when it works with a group of that mine activity, then we should calculate mine as a whole cash generating unit and not that only railway as the single asset. Got the concept? So आप रेलवे का ओनली इंपेयरमेंट करोगे या पूरे माइन का इंपेयरमेंट करोगे? हाँ जी. Yes. So this is the example. ठीक है? Now calculate the amount of carrying amount of CGU, all assets together. Recoverable amount of CGU is equal to, what is this? Higher of value in use of CGU and net selling price of whole CGU. Individual asset, you are not going to sell it. Whole CGU, you are going to sell it. And carrying amount of liability is mandatory to deduct from the value in use. That I will explain you. Don't worry. Impairment, order of allocation. First, you will impair with goodwill. Now, wait. I will explain you the concept afterwards. Yes, 10 number question first. Identify CGU. Identify CGU. Chalo, Rachna ji, read the question. Yes, Rachna ji, समझ में आया आपको?
Yes, sir.
Difficult or easy?
Easy, sir.
So you are calculating individual asset over here or group of assets in one CGU?
Group of assets, sir.
And that is the smallest identifiable unit.
Yeah.
See, now here in my office, example, suppose this is a big office, but there are different departments. One is for my teaching, one is for my professional services, and one is for my other services. So how many CGU I am going to consider over here?
3.
Only one as a business or 3 CGUs?
1.
3 CGUs. One is a
Yes.
business,
Yes,
but
sir.
different offices for different activities. Means different departments. Staff is different. Related assets are different. Now this camera is only for my activity. So this camera belongs to business, but specifically for that department of teaching. Whether this camera is needed for other activities, other departments, no.
No.
Okay. So this what I can say, high definition camera, HD camera. Other cameras are there, small cameras, overall office ka. That is different. But this high definition camera I want for only teaching activity. So though my office is a big office, but I will consider CGU, different CGUs, means teaching CGU different, then for professional services different, and other services different CGU. Got the concept?
Yes, sir.
So I will not calculate individual asset camera, HD camera ka impairment. I will take it with group of assets.
Yes.
Okay. Chalo, read the question.
GPP Limited gives the following details about two divisions. Division Alpha. This division purchases granules from outside suppliers and converts them into rolls for polythene sheets.
So this
10%
is
of
the
the
technical activity. We should not go in detail. This is the granules too. Granule is a raw material and polythene sheets is a final product. Huh.
10% of the output is sold to outside customer and the balance is sold to division beta at a transfer price which passes all the margins to beta. Division beta. This division uses polythene sheets and other raw materials to manufacture printed designer wrappers and sachets. 75% of its output is sold to outside customers. Situation 1. If there is no active market for the polythene sheets sold by alpha to beta, can impairment loss, if any, recognized independently for each division explained?
So what is your answer? Use common sense. If there is no active market for these polythene sheets, division alpha has to sell it to beta. So are you going to calculate, though there are two divisions, are you going to calculate two different CGUs or only single CGU?
Single.
Single CGU. There is no active market for polythene sheets. So I will calculate assets not only related to alpha, but both I will consider as a CGU. Okay.
Yes.
One CGU, single. And if there is active market, okay, and alpha transfer goods to beta at a transfer price higher than the market price, what is the appropriate treatment?
Then we will configure separately.
No, in situation 2 also, though active market is there, so alpha can generate it, but division beta is also separate CGU here. So conclusion is actually division alpha is a separate CGU, even though the part of the production is used by the division beta. Okay, so now institute will giving here they can confuse you. Okay, whatever material is there, that will be sold to beta. Everything, but still it is a different CGU. You only answered different CGU or one CGU?
One
different
CGU.
one. No. For situation 2.
हाँ sir, different करेंगे बोलो.
Okay, तो वो different ही. हाँ, ठीक है. Now you are correct. So it is not a single CGU. I thought कि you answered. It is sold to only beta. Therefore, it is only one CGU. No, it has a capacity. It has a potential to sell it in the market. Then better this is a different CGU. Correct?
Yes sir.
Okay. एक बार मैं वीरेंद्र जी बोल रहे हैं कि एक्सप्लेन कीजिए. देखो बेटा, ये अल्फा जो है ना, वो एक डिपार्टमेंट है जहां पे मटेरियल खुद तैयार किया जाता है और वो बीटा को ही बेचते हैं उन्हीं के दूसरे डिवीजन को. जो माल तैयार करते हैं वो दूसरा डिवीजन जो है उधर ही वो ट्रांसफर करते हैं और बीटा आउटसाइड मार्केट में बेचती है. अभी सपोज जो डिवीजन 1 में तैयार होता है वीरेंद्र जी, जो डिवीजन 1 में तैयार होता है उसको मार्केट में अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं है, वो मार्केट में आप बेच ही नहीं सकते हो. तो आप ओवरऑल डिवीजन जो है ना वो एक ही सीजू, मतलब भले अल्फा बीटा है पर आप एसेट्स और लायबिलिटीज सिर्फ एक ही कंसिडर, मतलब टोटल ले लोगे और एक ही सीजीयू बनाओगे, दो सीजीयू नहीं बनाओगे. और यदि आप अल्फा का माल मार्केट में बेच सकते हो, भले आप बेच नहीं रहे हो, आप ही के डिपार्टमेंट को ट्रांसफर कर रहे हो, तो भी उसको एक्टिव मार्केट होगा तो आपको दो सीजीयू कंसिडर करने पड़ेंगे. आया समझ में? भले आपने वो बेचा नहीं होगा तो भी आपको 2 सीजीयू कंसिडर करने हैं। समझे या नहीं समझे? यस वीरेंद्र जी, समझा या नहीं समझा आपको? एक्टिव मार्केट मतलब क्या? व्हाट इज द एक्टिव मार्केट? So active market means you can sell it in sell it outside. Okay, for example, suppose if I'm a manufacturer of ink, red pen and black pen, but I have to also produce ink which is required for that red pen or black pen, and that ink I'm not selling outside. I'm giving it to my department who is manufacturing these pens. So that ink, though it is a market, matlab active market, but I'm not selling it to outsiders. I'm selling it, I'm manufacturing it and using it for the production of pens. एक्टिव मार्केट मतलब डायरेक्टली कस्टमर को बेच सकते हैं. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज रिद्धि जी एक्टिव मार्केट. अंडरस्टूड? यस. चलो रीड द आंसर.
Situation 1, no active market for polythene sheets. Provision of AS. A CGO is the smallest identifiable group of assets that generates cash inflows that are largely independent of the cash inflows from other assets or group of assets.
Please
Where-
by heart this line and answer me.
Sir,
By heart this line. A CGU is a smallest identifiable group of assets that generates cash inflows that are largely independent of the cash inflows from other assets or group of assets. CGU is the smallest identifiable group of assets that generates cash inflows that are largely independent of cash inflows from other assets or group of assets. Over रचना जी.
yes, sir.
हाँ बोलिए बिना देखे. हाँ.
CGO is the smallest identifiable group of assets that generates cash inflows that are largely independent
From
largely
cash
independent
generated
from
by other assets or group of assets. You can write it in your own words. No? Cash inflows from other assets and group of assets. Easy?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Haan. Next.
Where there is no active market for an intermediate product, divisions that are independent and where the cash flows are not independent should be considered together as a single CGU for impairment testing.
Okay. Got the concept?
Yes, sir. First
हाँ.
case ka. Analysis. Polythene sheets produced by Division Alpha does not have an active market outside the enterprise, and the majority of its production is used internally by Division Beta. Consequently, cash inflows of Alpha depends on demand from Division Beta. So Division Alpha is independently not a cash generating unit. Division Beta's output has an active market and its cash flows are independent of cash flows of other divisions or cash generating units.
So now apply this properly. Division beta ka, हाँ. And therefore division alpha and beta together they are calling it CGU. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Situation 2.
Situation 2, active market exists for polythene sheets. Provision of AS. When there is an active market for an asset, the recoverable amount should be based on the higher of its fair value, less cost of disposal or its value in use. Transfer prices that do not reflect the fair market value must not be considered when assessing the recoverable amount of a CGU or division. Analysis and conclusion. Division Alpha can sell its products in an active outside market. Therefore, Alpha generates cash inflows from continuing use that is largely independent of cash inflows from Beta. Division Beta is also a separate CGU since it sells 75% of its products to customers outside the reporting enterprise, and therefore its cash inflows from continuing use are largely independent. Conclusion. Division Alpha is a separate CGU unit, even though part of its production is used by Division Beta. Division beta is a separate CGU.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Next one. Now read this question.
A manufacturing company has its registered office, a 6-story building at Chennai. It was fully occupied by the company for its administrative purposes. After downsizing its operation, the company found that only 2 floors were sufficient for its purposes and has accordingly let out 3 floors to outside parties, which 1 floor is currently vacant. The lease agreement has been executed for a period of 4 years. What is the CGU for company in respect of this building?
What do you think?
So it's given to outside parties. So that is also considered. दो खुद के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं और 3 let out and 1 is vacant now.
हाँ. Here, yes, a building is held fixed asset and not for investment. Hence, it is not appropriate to estimate value in use by discounting future rent receivables from a part of this building. Okay. एक तो ये ध्यान में रखना. Provision will be same. For assets that are partly used by the company own purposes and partly rented out, cash inflows from the portion being rented out are separated and can be considered independently. The primary purpose of 6-story building is to serve the company's registered office. That is the corporate asset for administrative purpose. The building cannot generate cash inflows which are largely independent of other cash inflows from the enterprise as whole. Hence, building should not be considered as a single CGU. The CGU for the company is the building company as a whole and not the building. See, I will consider CGU which is only for company, which is I have given for rental purpose. It is not my, the building is held as a fixed asset and not as an investment, first thing. And remember, I won't consider that cash inflows while calculating the value in use. Which cash inflows which are giving me a rent inflows. Okay. I will consider only my business ka inflow. Business inflows. I won't consider
which is given for rent.
Which is given on the rent. Okay. So only 2 floors I will consider in my CGU. And building I will show is an asset. Whole building. But while calculating inflows, which inflows I will consider? Only that 2 floors का inflows. बाकी के बेटा रेंट वाले हैं, वो इधर नहीं आएंगे. वो आप बिजनेस से नहीं थोड़ा कमा रहे हो, वो तो आप भाड़े का ले रहे हो ना, वो नहीं लेना है आपको वैल्यू इन यूज में. बिल्डिंग यू विल कैलकुलेट ओवरऑल बिल्डिंग, बट वैल्यू इन कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू इन यूज यू विल कैलकुलेट ओनली 2 फ्लोर्स का यूज. आया समझ में? यस. ये डिफिकल्ट है थोड़ा सा. You will consider rent also as inflow. No, in value in use. I will consider only 2 floors ka generated income. Got the concept?
Yes, sir.
सर 10 और 11 में क्या डिफरेंस है बेटा? 10 में डिविजन्स थे अलग अलग. एक ही कंपनी में 2 डिविजन्स, एक रॉ मटेरियल तैयार करता था दूसरे डिवीजन के लिए. और यहां पे बेटा बिल्डिंग है जो 3 फ्लोर में 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड है. एक वेकेंट है, वो तो नहीं कंसिडर करेंगे. एक लीज पे दिए है 2 फ्लोर्स या 3 फ्लोर्स, एग्जैक्टली कितना है 6 है ना. हाँ 2 फ्लोर्स नहीं 3 फ्लोर्स, और 2 फ्लोर्स हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं. सी, ये बिल्डिंग है, 2 फ्लोर्स आप यूज कर रहे हैं, 3 फ्लोर्स एंड एक सिंगल जो वेकेंट है. तो ये 3 building I will show is an asset, but while calculating building book value I will consider whole, but I will consider only value in use में only these 2 inflows. and जब मैं नेट सेलिंग प्राइस निकालूंगा तो पूरे बिल्डिंग का निकालूंगा. हाँ, वो कुछ भी आ सकता है ना. आप 2 फ्लोर में भी बहुत पैसा कमा भी सकते हो ना, ये आप कौन डिसाइड करने वाले हो? आप ये मत बोलना कि वैल्यूड यूज तो फिर से कम ही आएगा भाई। 2 फ्लोर में भी आप लाखों का पैसा कमा सकते हो। बिल्डिंग का पार्ट कम हो सकता है, अभी वो अपने को थोड़ी पता है। यस, यस, एंड रेंट विल नॉट बी कंसिडर्ड एज सीच। रेंट इनकम विल नॉट बी कंसिडर्ड फॉर कैश इनफ्लोस, ये ध्यान में रखना। ओनली बिजनेस इनकम वी विल कंसिडर। Rent is not our asset, is not we are giving for rent purpose. We are doing some administration work over there. And this is not the ultimately, if suppose my business grows, I will tell that tenant to vacate these premises. Okay, so this is my for administration purpose. Correct? रचना जी समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
अभी तो मजा, ये तो सिंपल है। Now you understood what is CGU. Okay. If
Yes.
there is active market, then there are 2 different CGUs. If there is no market, then only 1 CGU. If you are giving it on rent, don't consider that inflows.
Only business operations are considered.
Yes, only business operations income will be considered. You are correct. Now I'm moving to next concept, very important one. Now see, अभी मुझे आपका लॉजिक लगेगा रचना जी यहां पे। Now you understood there are 2-3 CGUs. Okay, goodwill is not recognized in the financial statement, and goodwill is recognized in the financial statement. Then goodwill reduce impairment loss only against value of asset. And here, if impairment loss is less than goodwill, reduce from the goodwill. If impairment loss is equal to goodwill, reduce from goodwill only. And if impairment loss is greater than goodwill, first use goodwill, zero it, and then asset reduced. Question 12 to 14. The carrying amount of the asset should not be reduced below net selling price, its value in use, and zero. अभी क्या होता है देखते हैं। Goodwill and corporate asset, 1 minute, I will tell you. They do not generate cash flows independently from other assets. Therefore, the recoverable amount as individual asset is cannot be determined. So here, bottom and top down test we will consider. Goodwill is, or corporate assets can be allocated on the reasonable basis goodwill, then bottom up test, and cannot be allocated, then top down test. Means यहाँ पे both test होती है. And how to calculate top down and bottom up? First understand one example. Please, now it is very important. I will explain you everything. Don't worry. See, this motor car has a different spare parts. Engine, then automotive battery, tires, seat belts, seats. Now, while conducting test, top down means what? You will consider directly motor car for impairment and not spare parts. Top down. And bottom up means you will consider spare parts for impairment and then you will move to car. रचना जी ध्यान में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
टॉप डाउन में आप किसको फोकस करोगे?
फर्स्ट कार को चेक करेंगे, फिर
कार को ही, एंड देन स्पेयर पार्ट्स. ओके, एंड स्पेयर पार्ट्स से कार पे गए तो
बॉटम अप.
Now how to calculate it? Very simple. Determine the carrying amount of goodwill and CGU. Allocate the goodwill to CGU on reasonable basis. Revise carrying amount of CGU. Determine recoverable amount. Step 3 minus step 4. Treatment of impairment loss. First reduce through goodwill, then for pro rata basis, and any balance will be considered as a liability by other accounting standard. समझा कुछ?
नहीं सर.
समझ में नहीं आया पर सुनने को अच्छा लगा ना? ठीक है. रचना जी कुछ समझ में आ रहा है क्या? सर कुछ
नहीं
भी
सर।
नहीं समझा. I know every student now they are confused कि सर क्या बोल रहे हो ये bottom up test and one more test is there बेटा. ये भी देख लेते हैं. टॉप डाउन टेस्ट ये भी देख लीजिए. देख पढ़ने को कैसे लग रहा है. कुछ समझा बेटा.
नो सर, फर्स्ट
ठीक
लाइन
है.
तो ठीक है, लेकिन नहीं।
ओके. कुछ भी नहीं समझ में आ रहा है सर. ठीक है. लेट्स चेक इट. फर्स्ट विल डू CGU impairment. Then we will see bottom up and top down. Okay. So let's see. First, I will explain you impairment of CGU. Yes, read this question. Impairment of CGU. And top down test and bottom up test is your homework. Read it carefully. Bottom up test and top down test. Sir, ये last question. Rosalind ji, ये last question. I'm not going to explain you top down and bottom up today. I know it is very confusing. Okay. But on Wednesday, I want Wednesday नहीं अभी कौन सा आएगा आज ही है ना Wednesday तो. अच्छा on Friday every one of you beta will read it from the study mat and will explain me what is the concept of top down and bottom up. Let's see. I'm giving you challenge. Okay. ठीक है ठीक है. नीतीश को फाउंडेशन की याद आई. चलो एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. यस बेटा रीड इट.
Newtek Rollers Limited uses the calendar year for reporting. It purchased an equipment on 1st January for rupees 10 crores. It has a useful life of 10 years. On 31st December, its carrying amount is
What is the
9.2.
depreciation?
10 crores by 10. 1 crore.
1 crore. So what is the book value?
9.2.
नहीं नहीं नहीं.
At last, it's carrying.
It's 9, no?
Yes, sir.
But it is carrying at 9.2. Why? Because it's carrying amount 9.2 crores. We used some different, depreciation basis. Therefore,
Due to the introduction of a more advanced equipment at a lower cost, the existing machine has suffered technological obsolescence. Consequently, the recoverable amount of the equipment is estimated at rupees 7 crores. The equipment forms part of a CGU, the carrying amount of which is 50 crores on 31st December, against the recoverable amount of rupees 60 crores. Assuming that equipment does not generate independent cash flows, should any impairment loss be recognized by the company in respect of equipment for the year?
now you only tell me, should I deduct 9.2 minus 7 crores and record asset at 7 crores? Or should I continue with 9.2 and I will check it, the recoverable amount of CGU? Because asset is not giving me identity or independent cash inflows. Therefore, I will do cash inflows of CGU.
Yes, sir.
Correct? So,
Yes.
are you going to reduce it from 9.2 to 7 crores, beta? रचना नहीं समझ में आ रहा है आपको?
नहीं सर.
देखो बेटा वो जो एसेट है ना वो 9.2 की है और
Yes,
उसकी
sir.
रिकवरेबल अमाउंट इंडिविजुअल एसेट की जो कैरिंग अमाउंट है और सीजीयू का और जो रिकवरेबल अमाउंट है वो 9.2 का 7 हो चुका है एंड सीजीयू का कैरिंग अमाउंट 50 है और ये 60 है और ये एसेट ये अकेले कुछ नहीं कर रही है. इंडिपेंडेंटली वो नहीं कमा पाती है, वो एक सीजीयू का पार्ट है. तो आपको इंडिविजुअल एसेट का इंपेयरमेंट करना पड़ेगा या सीजीयू का इंपेयरमेंट करना पड़ेगा?
CGU का.
और सीजीयू का तो इंपेयरमेंट हो ही नहीं रहा है.
हाँ, वो इंक्रीज हुआ है.
हाँ, तो यू विल कंटिन्यू विथ 9.2. गॉट द कॉन्सेप्ट?
Yes, sir.
because in which you are using that asset, that CGU is not getting impaired. Correct है?
अगर CGU इम्पेयर हुआ होता तो सर 7 पे जाते।
हाँ, फिर CGU नहीं 7.2 नहीं. Then
नहीं,
we have to
7
calculate CGU का impairment and on pro rata basis we are going to allocate it. How many assets are over there? In that we are going to divide it according to their carrying amount.
Okay.
I will tell you this example. So how to do impairment of CGU, that I will tell you. But here, are you going to impair that asset
No, sir.
individually? No.
No, sir.
Read the answer.
Provision of AS. Impairment loss of an asset should be considered only if it is capable of generating cash flows from continuing use that are independent upon from continuing use of another asset or group of assets. Analysis conclusion. In the given case, the manufacturing equipment does not generate independent cash flows, and therefore impairment loss should not be determined for the individual asset. Rather, the impairment loss, if any, should be determined for the CGU as a whole. The recoverable amount of the CGU, rupees 60 crores, is higher than the carrying amount, rupees 50 crores. Hence, there is no impairment loss at all for the CGU.
Very good, beta. Easy?
Yes, sir.
Now see, 14 number.
There are 3 assets in a CGU with carrying amounts of 6 lakh, 12 lakh, and 9 lakh respectively. The recoverable amount of CGU as a whole is 18 lakh.
Wow, now what is the carrying amount of this CGU? Carrying amount?
Carrying amount is 6, 12, and 9.
Tell me the total, no?
12, 21, 27.
27. And what is the recoverable amount of CGU?
18 lakhs.
So what is the impairment loss of CGU?
27 minus 18, 9.
9 lakhs. And this will divide over in the ratio of 6:12:9 in carrying
Yes.
amount ratio. Got the concept?
Yes, sir.
So 9 lakhs will be divided. Take on calci. 9 divided by 27 into 6 is equal to. So this is 2. 12 is equal to 4.
3.9.
9 is equal to 3.99 means 4.
3.
And 2.99 means 3. So your CGU value will be 4, 8,
8,
and 6.
6.
So now new carrying amounts
18,
18 and old carrying amounts are
27.
so you have to divide this over their carrying amount. Individually you are not going to calculate. You will
Yes,
calculate for CGU and it will be divided. It is called as to divide it over their carrying amount is called as pro rata. Got the
Okay.
concept?
Yes, sir.
This is called as pro rata basis.
Basically in their proportion, carrying amount ka
हाँ.
proportion.
And that ratio is in technically it is called as pro rata basis in their carrying amount. Got the concept?
Yes, sir.
Easy है क्या बेटा?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, read the theory.
Provision of AS.
So
As per
individual
AS,
assets you are going to do or you will divide it over the carrying amount?
whole asset, whole CGU का करेंगे सर, फिर उसको pro rata basis में allot करेंगे individual asset को.
When you will do this part, when that asset is not giving you independent cash flows.
Yes, sir.
When that assets are interdependent, not independent.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Provision of AS. As per AS 28, if the recoverable amount of a cash generating unit is less than its carrying amount, the difference is recognized as impairment loss. The impairment loss is first allocated to reduce the carrying amount of any goodwill if recognized in CGU. If no goodwill exists, the impairment loss is allocated to the other assets in the CGU on a pro rata basis based on the carrying amount of each asset.
So ratio is
Carrying amount
allocated,
of...
whether there is any allocated goodwill, my dear?
No, sir.
No. And therefore it will be divided over directly over assets. No goodwill is there. Okay. And goodwill होगा तो क्या होगा? इसके लिए बेटा आपको 2 दिन रुकना पड़ेगा and we'll do it on Friday. Okay, so we will quickly revise this standard in 5 minutes. If you have any difficulty, you can ask me questions. फटाफट. अच्छा, क्या आपको डिफिकल्ट लगा था और नाउ इट्स इजी फॉर यू? यस बेटा रचना जी.
नहीं सर, अभी ही किए तो सब
सब समझ
समझ
में
में
आया.
आ।
ओके, वेरी गुड. हार्दिक, व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन बेटा?
Sir, good morning, sir.
हाँ
Sir,
जी.
by chance, sir, carrying amount ratio is not given in the question, then and impairment loss is there. Then, sir, full
ऐसा
amount
नहीं है.
as it is डाल देंगे.
नहीं, फिर हमें डिवाइड करने का रेशियो ही नहीं है तो कहाँ से होगा? ऐसा नहीं होता ना.
ऐसा सर, ऐसा नहीं होगा.
अरे पर कैरिंग अमाउंट तो देना ही पड़ेगा ना. कैरिंग अमाउंट नहीं देके कैसे चलेगा?
लाइक सर, जैसा हमने पिछले वाले क्वेश्चन में देखा था, उसमें खैर हुआ नहीं इम्पेयरमेंट लॉस क्योंकि वो कैरिंग अमाउंट ज्यादा था.
वो सिंगल एसेट ही था. हाँ, वो देखना ही नहीं है ना आपको इम्पेयरमेंट लॉस, बिकॉज रिकवरेबल अमाउंट इज मोर
हाँ जी सर.
of CGU. Then there is no impairment loss. No impairment loss. Then why you have to divide over the asset? जो गली जाना ही नहीं है तो क्यों करना है भाई?
ठीक है सर.
तो देखे फायदा भी क्या है कि इम्पेयरमेंट ही नहीं तो कैरिंग अमाउंट लेके करे क्या?
ठीक है सर.
हाँ जी. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? नीतीश, मेरा नेक्स्ट सेशन है बेटा. नेक्स्ट सेशन में मैं लेता हूं पक्का. आज बहुत देर तक लिया हुआ है, आई नो. रचना जी को डाउट नहीं है. प्रीति, एनी डाउट बेटा? यस प्रीति जी, नो डाउट. ऐसा कैसे होगा भाई? नॉट अ सिंगल स्टूडेंट हैज डाउट इन S28 स्क्रीनशॉट्स. हाँ बोलो प्रीति, बोलो. हाँ
सर, जो अल्फा बीटा वाला जो क्वेश्चन था,
हाँ जी.
इन दैट एक्टिव मार्केट जो था, उसमें इफ अल्फा इज एबल टू सेल द प्रोडक्ट इन मार्केट.
तो एक्टिव मार्केट एग्जिस्ट है तो फिर 2 CGU आए.
हाँ, तो डिफरेंट चीज आएगा ना सर.
हाँ, वही दिया ना मैंने लिख के.
ओके.
कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हुए पूरे प्रीति जी आपके?
यस सर, वेरी क्लियर.
रचना जी, कुछ डाउट है आपको?
नो सर.
चलो टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट. रचना जी डन बोल दिए सिर्फ एक एक स्क्रीनशॉट होने के बाद.
डन सर. डन सर. डन सर. डन सर. डन सर. डन सर.
क्या था स्क्रीनशॉट नंबर?
7 सर. डन सर.
ये एग्जाम्पल लिख के रखना.
ओके सर. डन सर.
गुडविल विल डू इट इन दी. चलो निकाल दो, नहीं तो आप लोग लिख के आना.
डन सर.
बॉटम अप और टॉप डाउन का एक्सप्लेनेशन नेक्स्ट. ओके, आई एम गिविंग यू चैलेंज. Next session, please explain me what is the bottom up test and top down test. Okay, actually I explain you what is the bottom up and top down. If you are going by motor vehicle and then spare parts, then this is a top down. And if you go first by spare parts and then motor car, then it will be called as bottom up. So this is a simple example I have given you. Test you have to identify in the next session. I hope it is very clear. This accounting standard is one of the difficult accounting standard, my dear. So this accounting standard, normally it's a challenging accounting standard in all asset-based accounting standard. This standard and AS19, I will try my best to make it very simple. Okay, and students, I expect that this standard you will read it carefully. You will solve study mat questions also wherever it is possible, and you will go through it. Okay, thank you. Pranav ji has a doubt. Yes, Pranav.
Sir, can you show?
Praveen.
Yes, sir. Can you show me the AS13 investment in debentures and share format in the 100 pages, sir?
I already uploaded it in the last to last session. So you can
Okay.
watch that last part of this AS13. Okay, last part of the YouTube lecture. You will get it
Sir,
from there.
actually, it was skipped, sir. You said that you have given it. I have checked it, sir.
AS13. Yeah, I think in last session I have given it.
Yeah, yes, sir. But what happened is when we were asking to Hardik, he said it is enough what we have thought, sir. The part
No, in
is not there.
AS13, I don't think there are some in 100 pages book. I don't think. Yes, I have already
Yeah.
given. See.
So these under that, sir. After screenshot file, nothing is
No.
given.
Do not write that. That is the simple questions.
Yes, for example, sir. That's why I asked.
No need. These examples I have already given 400 pages.
Okay,
These
sir.
are the in 400 pages. I already given this the example. So don't write
No,
it
sir.
in
Like
100
our
pages.
motto for 100 pages is just to revise before date. I have a difficulty to check in 400 pages. If everything is in 100 pages, it would be easy. That's why I've asked.
Then you can take it. Okay. Actually,
Okay,
I don't
thank you,
know
sir.
about this example, whether these are correct or not. You have to rectify it. Huh?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. So screenshot 6 of S13, huh? This screenshot 6.
Done, sir. Done, sir.
This question I am not aware whether these are correct or not. So first, before writing, check it.
Done, sir.
सर इसका 400 पेजेस का इंडेक्स भी आप देंगे बोले थे.
Done, sir.
नहीं दिया क्या इसका?
नहीं सर.
देता हूँ.
Done, sir. Done, sir. Done, sir. Done, sir. Done, sir. Done, sir. Done, sir.
Today you focus on first AS28. Huh?
Done, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, also AS13 sums are pending, sir.
AS13 sums?
Sums, yes, sir. You have given only AS16 in last class. Also, this AS13 index.
Index. Okay.
AS13 sums are also pending, sir. You have given few sums during the class, in between the class. You said you will give it at the end, but you didn't give all the sums.
Screenshot already taken.
No, sir, that is in between the class. You have shown few sums, sir. You said it will be helpful for the students who are watching in YouTube, but at class you didn't give.
No problem. Yes, you can take with figures. हे कुठे रे? Index कुठे आहे याचा? I will provide it in the next session. S13
Yeah, okay,
400
sir.
page answer.
Okay,
I do not
sir.
have index. I will prepare it and I will give it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, in next lecture.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, I will do one thing for AS13. I will upload answers on YouTube directly. On YouTube. Sorry, on BOS app.
Okay, sir.
आठवण करा मला फक्त AS13. Okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Yes, session over.